Delay in jury selection in the striking trial of Sean Diddy Combs. The judge postponing the last phase of the process until Monday.
He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough.
Literally just leaving the federal courthouse. Lots happened today. The big thing is there is still no jury.
In a courtroom buzzing with tension and dread, the legacy of one of hip-hop's most iconic figures is unraveling at an alarming pace. What began as a series of troubling accusations has now snowballed into a full-blown federal trial, threatening not only to destroy Sean Diddy Combs' empire, but also to drag others into the wreckage. And with each passing day, the drama outside the courtroom seems to rival what's unfolding inside it.
On Diddy Combs' case almost complete, prosecutors are preparing for opening arguments on Monday, but they admit there's a snag. One of their key witnesses against the rapper appears to have gone missing. This comes as we learn that Combs' ex-girlfriend, who was seen on video being assaulted by the rapper, is pregnant. Here's Les Trent.
Is a key witness in the Sean Diddy Combs trial backing out? Victim number 3, as she's called, was set to testify against the music mogul. The name of victim number 3 was going to be revealed when she took the stand, but the woman has apparently gone missing, and prosecutors say they've been unable to reach her.
People just get nervous, and this person could just be nervous and just has had second thoughts.
If the prosecutor can't find this witness, how might it affect the case?
Look, I don't think it's going to have a tremendous effect. The prosecution is going to call a number of alleged victims. So look, this is just one less.
Someone else is also getting cold feet. A juror sent an email to the judge asking to be removed from the panel for issues of personal well-being.
The trial of Diddy is supposed to be underway, but chaos has already set in. Jury selection has stalled. Witnesses are missing. Jurors are backing out at the last minute, citing personal safety and emotional instability. Prosecutors now face a major hurdle. How do you pursue justice when your key players are disappearing? The first major blow came when one of the trial's central witnesses...
Well, I mean, on the surface, if the prosecutor's claims are true, this seems like pretty much textbook witness tampering, right? I mean, it appears to be an effort to either, in some cases, intimidate witnesses from testifying against him, or there have been other reports of sort of inducing people to make statements in his defense. There was some allegation that in one instance this was a statement that he, in essence, dictated or drafted with a woman who made a statement that was attempting to rebut one of the accusers, I believe, in a civil case against him. I mean, witness tampering is bad. The things that Sean Combs is accused of are terrible. He pleads his innocence. The justice system will presumably work its way through.
It is likely that there is some underlying truth to at least some of the allegations. There might be a lot of underlying truth to a lot of the allegations. There's probably some bandwagoning going on. We spoke to an attorney who's for one of the alleged victims of Diddy a few weeks ago. I believe Amber Nomiki and I did, and they said they had calls, they had information, they had people, hundreds of them, come forward. They're not going to represent all of them. They're, which ones have evidence that can be compelling, what are the best cases to bring that. I also saw a story in the New York Post, this is from a week ago, about Diddy stuff that I wanted to read the headline of. Woman claims she saw minors dressed as Harajuku Barbies at Sean Diddy Combs' freak-off parties, what he was describing there to Conan so many years ago. Said these were sex-fueled parties with what she initially thought were little people dressed as Japanese Barbies. And she said, this is her talking to TMZ, are those midgets? And she actually thinks they were kids dressed up in sexy.
Oh, gross.
So again, that's just from someone who provided this information to TMZ for a documentary, but pretty disgusting.
Referred to only as victim number 3, vanished before taking the stand. She was supposed to testify against Diddy, with her identity revealed during her testimony. But now, she's simply gone. Prosecutors say this isn't coincidence. They claim Diddy, even while behind bars, has been orchestrating efforts to intimidate or buy off anyone willing to testify.
And you right about Diddy's phone being tapped, because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy. She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody
through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors, enough is enough.
You didn't tell me about that. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
Now I got a phone call from Kirk Burrows. And Kirk Burrows, and I ain't gonna even give this guy no play. Not Kirk Burrows, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he wanna reach out to you, Gene. He wanna speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burrows did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough?
Through leaked prison calls, they've discovered Diddy allegedly made contact with witnesses using the phones of other inmates, reaching out hundreds of times. Some calls, they say, were attempts to pay for silence. Others carried veiled threats. One woman claimed she was called over 200 times in an effort to sway her. It's a pattern that's too consistent to ignore. And in the midst of this, there's Gian Deal, the former bodyguard who refuses to stay quiet.
This is relayed to me by Kirk Burrows. This guy is like this with Diddy. You seen him on Drink Champs with him. You seen him walking the streets in Miami with him, the whole 9 yards. So I'm saying to him, what does he want to talk to me for? He ain't got enough to say. He ain't got nothing to say to me. He said, yo, Gene, he said enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough to what? And I told Kirk Burrows, I said, yo, if he wanted, I said, he don't want to talk to me for himself. He wanted to talk to me for Diddy. And I ain't got nothing to say to him. He ain't said enough is enough to Wolf Mother when he cursed out and told her all kinds of shit. Did he say enough is enough to Big's mother? What do you mean enough is enough? And that's how that conversation went.
How did you feel about it after you were done?
I felt that, like, because they must have got at Kirk Burrows, because Kirk called me with the bullshit. Yo, you gotta fix that. You know this, man. God, excuse me. Listen here, bro. I don't care nothing about none of these industry cats and what they do and how they do it. That's their business. You understand? I don't tell a man how to screw his wife and how to spend his money. You don't tell me what I gotta do with my time. Point blank.
Do you feel like at some point Diddy could try to come after you or do something, you know, being that he's went after a lot of people, you know he's did a lot of stuff, as you know about.
Cam, let me tell you something, man. If I worried about what somebody would do for me, I wouldn't be the man.
He's the one man from Diddy's circle who didn't sign an NDA. Gene has become a thorn in Diddy's side, recounting the horrors he says he witnessed during his years working under the mogul. According to Gene, Diddy isn't just a manipulator, he's a man who uses money, fame, and fear to control everyone around him. He sent someone to talk to me, Gene recounted, referring to Diddy's alleged back-channel outreach. Said, enough is enough. But what does that mean? Enough truth? Enough exposure? Gene was unmoved. In his words, he watched Diddy spiral over the years. He claims he tried to intervene. He saw the manipulation, the violence, the control.
My girl was at the New Year's party, right? I'm at the front door. I got to make sure everybody got their passes and everything like that. So then my girl and her girlfriend is in the party. So they get bottles of champagne. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for them. After everybody comes, they close the door. So I'm going knocking in doors, looking at people. I'm looking for my kid's mother now. What's going on? And I'm getting hysterical. So I decided to go to the car, and I looked in the car. She was in the car asleep. She said, Gene, we started drinking the champagne, and I didn't feel good. And me and Debbie came here and went to sleep.
He even remembers the night his own girlfriend left one of Diddy's parties drugged and disoriented. That's when it all clicked. This wasn't just reckless behavior. This was deliberate, calculated, dangerous. Now the prosecution is preparing for trial, and Gene is just one of several key witnesses ready to speak. But with each passing day, more names are surfacing, and the fallout is spreading fast. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner, is set to testify. Her legal team has already fired back at the defense's claim that their relationship was mutually violent. Cassie's camp says this is pure deflection, and they have the receipts to prove it. Emails, texts, a brutal hotel surveillance video that shows Diddy assaulting her. It's a damning archive that paints a chilling picture of psychological and physical domination. One source close to the case said Diddy didn't just control Cassie, he ran her life like a tyrant. He told her where to go, what to wear, and who she could speak to. And she's not alone. Multiple women are preparing to come forward. Many of their stories echo the same disturbing themes: being followed, threatened, offered hush money, or coerced into signing airtight NDAs. Prosecutors are stitching together these accounts into a timeline, revealing what they call a systemic pattern of abuse and exploitation under the facade of celebrity glamour. But this trial isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's becoming a sprawling web of connections, implicating people far beyond bad boy records. The jury has already been shown a list of over 100 names, celebrities, executives, influencers, who may be mentioned throughout the proceedings. Among them are Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, Mike Myers, and Robert Downey Jr. While none of them are accused of wrongdoing, their association with Diddy has cast a shadow over their public images. Insiders say some former allies are already scrambling. Social media accounts have been wiped clean, old photos deleted, phone calls are going unanswered. Some of Diddy's friends aren't just ghosting him, they're fleeing the spotlight entirely. Behind the scenes, Diddy's empire is crumbling. His defense team is shrinking. Longtime attorney Anthony Rico filed a motion to withdraw from the case, citing ethical concerns and inability to continue representation. His powerhouse law firm, Grubman, Shire, Meiselas, and Sachs, also dropped him. Rumor has it, Lady Gaga threatened to leave the firm if they didn't cut ties with Diddy. That's how radioactive his name has become. And yet Diddy's legal team is still throwing everything they can at the wall. They've argued that he shouldn't be held accountable because he was intoxicated during some of the incidents, too impaired by drugs and alcohol to fully understand his actions. They've even attempted to cast doubt on the authenticity of the hotel surveillance footage, claiming it was doctored. But prosecutors aren't buying it. They've blocked the defense's motion to bring in a forensic video expert, calling it a stall tactic. The desperation is showing. Diddy, once the kingpin of hip-hop and the architect of a billion-dollar brand, now sits at the center of a legal hurricane. His influence once made him untouchable. Now, that same power is being used as evidence against him. Prosecutors argue that his wealth allowed him to hide the truth for decades, buying silence, intimidating opposition, and covering his tracks. But now, the curtain is being pulled back. Diddy was reportedly offered a plea deal to turn on others in his circle. If that's true, it raises more questions than answers. Who else is at risk? What secrets are still buried in the files prosecutors have yet to unveil? Even religious figures are being pulled into the undertow. Bishop T.D. Jakes, a longtime spiritual advisor to celebrities including Diddy, abruptly stepped down from leadership of the Potter's House megachurch just days after Diddy's plea deal was rumored. The timing has left many speculating. The courtroom is on the edge of explosion. Sealed evidence, unreleased footage, celebrities panicking, and a man once idolized now fighting for his freedom. If the empire falls, and all signs point to its collapse, it won't fall quietly. It will crash like a tidal wave, exposing everything it took to build it. And those caught in its wake may not have time to swim for safety. The storm around Diddy isn't over. It's just getting started.